Hey there! So today I'm going to share with you 5 steps that I have found useful to help me avoid experiencing unfulfilled expectations. So I'm going to share the 5 steps briefly and then I'll put them into an example of something that I experienced recently. So step number 1 is simply to notice and identify what your expectations are. You can't fix or change something until you're aware of it. Step 2 is to determine of your expectation, what part of it is out of your control? What part do you have no ability to control the outcome? So step 3, once you've done that, you've identified your expectation, you've determined what part is out of your control. Step 3 is to let go of your expectation. If it's out of your control, you might as well not have it as something that you're planning on or expecting to have happen. Step 4 is to look at the situation or the circumstance where you had your expectation and now determine what part of it is within your control. And step 5, based on step 4, is to set your intention. And your intention is your actions, your effort, the work you put into it, the part that you can control. So here's a recent example. At my gym, we were going to be running a mile for time. And as soon as I heard this, I instantly had an expectation that I should run faster this time than I ran last time. So that's the picture in my head that it's a supposed to or a should. Nobody told me that that's what it should be, but that was my self-imposed expectation. And what came along with that was some anxiety, some stress. I felt pressured, and certainly the thought of any fun or joy was taken out of the run by setting that expectation for myself. So then I determine what part of my expectation is out of my control. And the part that I can't control is the clock. I can't control what the clock's going to say when I finish my mile. So I decided to let that go, to let the expectation of what the time was going to say and what that was going to mean, the meaning I attached to that, let that go. Okay, so now I'm still going to run the mile. Now I have to look at this situation and determine what part is within my control. Well, I can control how fast or slow I run. I can control, my pace, my gait, my stride. I can control my breathing. And most importantly, I can control my thought process while I'm running. So that left me with step 5, which is to set my intention. And that's really what replaces an expectation. So the expectation is something you can't control, and the intention is something you can. So I set my intention that I wanted to run a steady, even-paced mile. So I tend to come out of the gate really fast. I'm excited and I sprint, and then I burn myself out and I end up sucking wind the entire time. So I wanted to come out with a really good, strong, steady pace right from the beginning, something that I could maintain for the whole mile, and therefore also control my breathing. And mostly I wanted to be grateful while I was running. I wanted to be grateful for how I felt. I wanted to be grateful that I could run. I wanted to be grateful, experience gratitude for what I was seeing around me, and certainly for the music I was listening to. So I can tell you that I was successful at fulfilling my intentions. It was the best mile I've ever run in terms of how I felt, in terms of a steady pace, in terms of feeling in control the whole time, being comfortable yet pushing myself a little bit. My breathing was just under a rhythm. It was awesome. And I was, for the first time ever in my life, actually grateful to be running. The really good news is I did run faster than I had last time, but that wasn't really what mattered to me. So that was icing on the cake, and I could celebrate that. But what mattered the most was that I fulfilled the intention I had set for myself. So it's 5 steps. I'll run over them real quickly again. Distinguish or notice what your expectations are. Determine what part of your expectation is out of your control. 3 is let go of your expectation. If it's out of your control, let it go. Step 4 is determine what part of this situation or circumstance is within your control. And then step 5 is set your intention. What is your effort, your action in the situation? Bottom line is, life is an experiment and it's a journey, so have fun with it, and I'll see y'all next week.